Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are doing well. I'll give in some time before we kick off our class for today. If you can hear me and my voice is loud and clear wherever you are, could you drop me a one in the chat? If you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen, so drop me one in the chat. I'll give in some time before we kick off our class for today. All right, I'm just getting everything clear. Beautiful, 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 fantastic. All right, I've been on and off because currently I'm not back where I'm still on my journey. And I believe very, very soon I'll be back from this journey that I traveled. But I basically believe you are all doing well. So I'll give in some 5 minutes. And after those 5 minutes, we shall basically kick off. Thank you so much.
The game that I played so smart, investing my time, I'm mastering the art. From Bitcoin to Ether, the profits align. With royalties matching, it all turns divine. With each trade I make, I feel the power grow. Daily income flow, and that's the key. Royalties the place for financial spree. Building a future where freedom will reign. Join the revolution, let's rise and take reign. Financial free, building a future where freedom will reign. Join the revolution, let's rise and take reign. So take a chance now, let your world cease. Royal human and find your world of peace. In a world where choices lay heavy and bold, the path to your future is yours to mold. Royal Q's the key, don't let it slip away. Every dream a treasure, seize the day. Catch the vibe, don't you hesitate. Take Royal Q serious, don't miss the call. Rise above all, manage your learning from what to expand. Royal Q, take a stand. You got it tame with royal head, you're in the game. Daily trainings will light up your brain. YouTube's the backup when you feel the strain. Knowledge is power, don't sleep on this and take Royal Q serious, don't miss the call. Session learned, you'll rise above all. Manage your learning, or to expand. Royal Q partner, you take a stand. Choice is yours, don't let it fade. Start your journey. It's on. Makes Royal Q unique from all other A in the market. It's tested and proven with over 2M plus users who have made over $160M in profits. As the crypto ambassadors, we celebrate Leader Dixon from Abanda 300M WGX, made from Royal Q. The software exists in over 200 countries. Trustworthy, no access to your funds, you are in charge. Robot serves 24/7. It never sleeps, operates at extremely high speed, and makes no emails, no errors. Novice is assured with our start, small win, big strategy that gives no stop results, and our signal team to help you maximize with 3% strategy. Be affordable and result oriented with God on our side, Royal, the YouTuber that has started and joining the crypto ambassadors. Action takers are money makers. Start now. It's for how you use them from all other day more in the market. Tested and proven by over 2 million+ users who have made over $160 million in profits. As the crypto ambassadors, we celebrate Leader Dixon from a band of 300 EX made from royalty. Software exists in over 200 countries. Trustworthy, no access to your funds, you are in charge. Robot serves 24/7. It never sleeps, operates at extremely high speed, and makes no immortal errors. Novices assured with our start small win big strategy that gives no stop results, and our single team that'll be maximized with 3% free again strategy. Affordable and result oriented. With God on our side, boy, a tuber that has started and joining the crypto ambassadors. Action takers or money makers start now.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you are fine. I want to thank you for taking up your time to be here with us this fantastic morning. All right, I think I'm loud and clear. I think I'm loud and clear, and you can hear me very, very well. All right. Okay, today is a super day. All right. Okay. So let's get started. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy new month. Happy New Year, happy new month. I have had many people write to me about my story that I shared recently on one of the events. I would like to call upon my beloved friend, Coach Ashraf, to basically finish up and share with us all the details about that story. Before I start my brief sharing for today, we have now come to we are about to finish the first 4 months of this year. And before I start off today, allow me share something brief before we kick into the lesson for today. And the power of decision, ladies and gentlemen, the power of decision, okay? In life, it's hard to decide. But if you are not ready, do not decide at all. It's very hard to decide to get involved in cryptocurrency trading. But I want to warn you that if you are not ready to decide, do not decide at all to get started in taking cryptocurrency trading as your awesome business. Ladies and gentlemen, it should come to a time in one's life to decide to live fully and die empty. It should come to a time in your life that you could decide to basically live fully, and die empty. As the revolution of technology is taking over the world by storm, the digitalization of valuable items all over the world, which we could term into the new high-tech of real-world assets, the storage of these assets on a hack-proof method that makes this a phenomenal approach, which is the blockchain. The privacy seems to be a common interest in all the different blockchains that make many people fall in love. The AI, the metaverse, the gamify, the socialfy, the policyfy, the power of AI brought to us by the Bitcoin ecosystem, the growth and the upgrade of Ethereum and other amazing blockchains is welcome. And so I want you to take a decision, ladies and gentlemen. And as you take this decision, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think about your contribution to this world. And no matter what goals you have in your mind, I want you to expand them. And do not underestimate yourself, even if the goal you have, you can't see it. Although it looks not possible, I want to give you assurance, ladies and gentlemen, that it is possible. Before we start today's lesson, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you that you have something special. And I want you right now, ladies and gentlemen, before we click into this class today, I want you to think about your goals and your dreams. It is important for you to know that we live our lives in a state of our mind, ladies and gentlemen. And how we live our lives is the story we believe about ourselves. It's not what others believe about us. It is the story we believe about ourselves. And I want you to raise your belief system. I want you to raise your belief system, ladies and gentlemen, because death and life sits in our tongues. So we become what we think. One of the most important things as we start off this new month, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make sure that you decide to discover yourself. I want you to decide as we start this new month that if you want success in this opportunity, it is important you decide to cut the distractions, to make sure that you cut the distractions and sit down and have a strategic narrative that will be able to distract, dispute, and inspire people around you to live a life they deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, no one rises above low expectations. And as you go outside there, maybe to speak to people about this opportunity, it is important that when you talk to them, it should be an impact on how people think. It should be an impact of how people feel and inspire them to have a pencil in their hand of God, to write a new chapter in your life, to write a new chapter in their lives, ladies and gentlemen. I usually say that it's okay for people to think how they want you to live. But ladies and gentlemen, when you hold the pencil, along the line, as you do this business, you will do some mistakes. The pencil has a rubber that you can be able to rub your mistakes, but keep walking. We continue to do these trainings because we understand, we keep speaking to you, because we understand that the faith comes from the hearing. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you were created in God's image. And all through created in God's image is to have dominion over things. It needs us to first have dominion on who we are not. I know these words may look very strong, but I want to wish you all the best in this coming new month, because most people spend 97% of what they earn. And it is important to use Royal Q to maximize a lot of opportunities that come along the line. I'll finish my speech at the end of the call. Let's write today's training. We have come here, ladies and gentlemen, this morning to basically and purely create another background as we are about to finish this last series of our technical analysis classes. With an understanding that now you are able to download a TradingView application. With an understanding today, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell a downward trend, an uptrend. With an understanding, ladies and gentlemen, you can be able to draw some support lines, some resistance lines. With an understanding, ladies and gentlemen, that you can apply a few indicators onto your charts as you do your analyses. So today, my responsibility is basically very simple and brief. Is try to finalize a few more things and then try to bring this class to a better atmosphere of understanding. Right, so I'm gonna share my screen. Beautiful, beautiful, okay. If you can see my screen, drop me one in the chat. If you can see my screen, drop me one in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. All right. Now let's dive into our class for today. And number one, I'm gonna share my screen. I see people are worried. I'm gonna share my screen. Here. Let me just share in a few minutes. Let me just share. I'll maximize tomorrow. Let me share and remove. Okay. So when you want to do your analysis, as the lesson says, when you want to do your analysis, you want to carry out technical analysis or basically technical analysis. To me, when you open the chart, you want to look at the market. When you open the chart, even before we press in any indicators for identification or determining what we basically want to look at, this is the chart. These are things we have discussed. Number one, before you do anything, before you even think, you must have what I call a top-down approach. Okay? you must have what I call a top-down approach. Okay, the top-down approach is very important. Julius, what do you mean a top-to-down approach? Look at a market in a bigger time frame and find an opportunity in a smaller time frame. And these methods are very simple, like we have said before, that when you open a trade, any trade you want to analyze, I may not care so much which coin you choose. Okay, which coin you choose that you want to look at. Have a top-down approach. Tomorrow, I think I'll be introducing some new stuff, but just simple things I want to talk about today. Have a top-to-down approach. In most cases, if a coin is on a downward trend in a bigger time frame, no matter how good it is in a shorter time frame, you may find that in the long run, that coin will go against you. So if a coin is on an uptrend in a bigger time frame, when you decide to go and trade this coin in a shorter time frame, what you are trying to do is to make an earlier entry in the market. So have a top-to-down approach. And basically, these things are very simple. These things are very simple. If I was going to draw my lines of support and resistance, there are just a few things I need to take note. Number one, I want you to see these things here because this is what makes your trading very easy. There are two things you are going to see in common. There are two things you're going to see in common. That there is a V. You know me, I make trading very easy. There is a normal V and an inverted V. So here you can draw a line, here you can draw a line. So you see, you will draw your lines very comfortably on all those points. And if you cannot draw, because before you bring indicators and interpret markets to your direction, one of the most important first steps you need to put in is to be able to relocate areas where the market was supported and areas where the market was resisted. Am I speaking to somebody? Am I speaking to somebody? Let me know in the chat. Because some people overthink. They make these things look very hard, but I want you to make these things very simple. There's no logic, okay? So have a top-to-down approach in your analysis. Look at the market in a bigger time frame, make an earlier entry in a lower time frame, as simple as that, okay? So let's go. So now, you're gonna draw lines. And if you're not good at drawing lines, ladies and gentlemen, let me simplify your task. Come and change your cards to lines. And now the V's that I've been talking about, here they will be very clear with you. You see, a V, a V, a V, a V. Am I getting more clear? So if you are not familiar with drawing the lines, wherever you see a normal vector, wherever you see an inverted vector, this is going to give you a bigger decision when you are going to analyze this particular coin that you want to trade. Question, is that hard? Because we haven't drawn, but is that hard? Now, where do you find the drawings? Unfortunately, today, I did not use a phone. I have a new PC. Having lost my previous PC, I just have a new PC, a very good NV iCore 7 with a very nice, a very nice, good machine. So that's why I'm not back to the phone users, not because they are very bad, but I just want to give you a beautiful impression. Is it more better with the PC or more better with the phone? Is it more better with the PC or more better with the phone? For you to learn. Someone is saying more better with the No, I'm very jokey, but let's go now. So when you are doing personal analysis, but when I am teaching, for you to have a good view, because now you have a good view. When I use a PC, you'll be able to see better. Okay? When I'm teaching, you are able to see better. All right? So now we are gonna draw our lines. So you just come to your trend lines. Who's unmuting? What's happening? Sorry, guys. Okay, so you're gonna these are trend lines. And these trend lines we have of different types. We have a horizontal line. So when you bring your horizontal line, you want to put it where you like to draw it. Maybe I want to put in that V there. So meaning, if I return this to candles, you see that's where I have drawn my line. I don't know why this lady keeps on unmuting her microphone. When I mute her, she unmutes. What's wrong with you, madam? Huh? What's wrong with this lady? Huh? She keeps on unmuting. Okay, so you draw your lines. And these lines are very simple to draw, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at the current price. That's where you need to do your analysis. Now, from the current price, you can all see, if I'm not even overthinking, that if this is the current price, the highest price, the previous highest price, or in the previous history, where the coin failed to go above is in these areas. These areas here. These areas here. So it means that if I have drawn my line here on this V, then above it, I'm going to look for an area or an area where maybe I have a normal V or an inverted V. So I can now, because of experience, I may not need to go back, but if you are new, you can still go back to your line. Then you say, let me make sense. Then you say here, let me drag it. So I'm gonna drag it, my line. Then I say, that's where I see my line. If I see another V, I can still draw it. So I'm gonna drag it. Just a minute. So I'm gonna drag this thing here. And I press it where I have my V. Like as simple as that. So you draw above and below, then below this current price. Where do I see another V? It is here. I'm simplifying for someone who is just getting started or who is old and is over confused to find areas of support and what? Because that is where the business. So from this V, the other V I see that is next is here. So I bring my line again and I draw my line here. Now, question, is that hard? Question, is that hard? Let me know. Is that hard? Let me know in the chat. So just drawing those lines, and when we return back to candles, you see how our chart will look like. Now, that's where now the other knowledge comes in. That before now, I want to make an entry in this coin, I could draw other lines. So there are other lines here. I would draw a line here, here. Now when I'm drawing my lines, I could draw another line here. When I'm drawing the lines, I don't use wicks. What is a wick? I remember in that class, if this is a candle, this is a wick. So I use the body close of candles. I like drawing my lines here, here. I don't like the wicks. Okay. So that's why you see I usually look at where did the body. So where the body ended, is where I usually draw my lines. I like that because I don't want to go in for those, because the reason why this happened is that there was a very rise buying pressure, and then there came in a selling pressure. So I don't want to go in so much with this. I love going in with the body close. And when you use the line to draw your lines, the line helps you see that very clear. Now, if I want to enter this coin, that's now where the difference comes in. If I want to trade this coin, although I have done my technical analysis very well, I need an indicator to help me make my decision come out very well. And on number one, before I do anything, I will put in the stochastic RSI. I hope someone is now able to understand. So I will put in the stochastic RSI to help me tell me where is this coin currently in the 4-hour time frame. And the question is, ladies and gentlemen, where is this coin? Is it in the overbought area? Is it in the oversold area? Some answers in the chat. Is this coin in the overbought area or in the oversold area? Is this coin in the overbought area or is in the oversold? Now, question. Do you want to always buy when people have overbought a certain asset, or you want to buy when people have oversold a certain asset? Where is the biggest opportunity? Where is the biggest opportunity? Is the biggest opportunity in the overbought area? Is the biggest opportunity in the oversold area? Is the biggest opportunity in the overbought area? Is the biggest opportunity in the oversold area? Now, some of you buy high and you sell low. Huh? Okay, now, if I want to trade this coin and I insist, I see the coin in the 4-hour time frame is in the overbought area, meaning, number one, there is high risk. If you agree with me, type a yes in the chat. Number one here, there is high risk. Okay, there is very high risk. There is a very high risk here. But this doesn't mean I cannot find an opportunity. So I can still go and look at this coin in a lower time frame, maybe 1 hour. You see, it is true that in the 4-hour time frame, this coin is in the oversold area. But in the 1-hour time frame, this coin is in the middle of the journey. Are we able to follow, guys? How many of you can see? Yes, in the 4-hour, because 4-hour is a bigger picture. But in 1 hour, this coin has just reached the middle of the journey. You see how I'm now going to bring my price range? And I say, okay, hey, let me see if I could make some money. So I bring my price range. I need to do a lot of setups here, guys, because now things are not. I need to set up my trading view here because I'm not able to see certain things as they come in. So I may not take time. I don't want to go into settings, but basically, what I'm bringing to your concern is that I can plan to see if I could make an entry at around this point. May not take time for that. I enter around here and I take profit here. That could be my ultimate goal, entering around this coin here and taking profit there, then making sure that if I enter here and I'm taking profits there, from here to here will be my first margin call. From here to here, and this will be my second margin call. And I must be very keen that whenever my robot is buying, it is doubling so that I get out of this coin faster, but also most importantly, I move my average price closer to the current price. You can still go back again and look at different time frames because, like, for example, if you go and look at 15 minutes, you'll get a clear picture. So although in the 1 hour there is a buying opportunity, but you can see that in the 15 minutes time frame, the coin is in the overbought area, meaning the risk, if you are to get out of this coin, if you are entering now, you will take a longer time. Does that make sense? So you find yourself saying, even if there is an opportunity in 1 hour, in 15 minutes, my friend, I'm a little bit late. So let me find another coin. Is that easy or it is hard? Is that easy or it is hard? That's how you analyze coins, guys. So you find that now there is no opportunity there, then you go back on the chart, find another coin, okay? So let's look at this coin. Let's look at this coin. Okay. So you see, this is the coin. I told you it's a top-down approach. Now, sometimes people get confused. That's why I picked this coin. Okay, guys, I hope you can have a very clear impression. And if you are good at drawing lines, very clear lines, I hope you can see we can draw from the current price. Below it, it's around there. And from the current price above it. That's why, for me, the past is very important. Although I'm here, but above from the current price, any area where the market was resisted or supported in the past. I hope you can see. That's why I've chosen this area here. Still from this point, you see the market went up, da, 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 da. So this point is very important to me. Then still from that point, any area above this point where the market was supported or resisted, if I told you if you are not good, put in this. Guys, put these V's. Let these V's help you. I'll just come with my V's. after I bring there I see a V. I'm taking this one. I am just drawing lines to help me see where I can make entries and exits from the market. I can draw and draw and draw and draw and draw. Now, without even introducing any indicator on the chart, ladies and gentlemen, just see, is it hard to enter from here and exit from here? Without even having indicators to play part to our chart. Don't you see that it's very easy for you to make a decision that I can enter from this current price here and exit from there? Is that hard? Without even having indicators in play. Because in your mind, you can see that that was an important area and you expect the market to get there. Hello? Are these things hard, guys? Now, even if I introduce the indicator, for example, even if I introduce the stochastic RSI, it is true that the stochastic RSI is in the oversold area. But when I look at this coin on a bigger picture, I see the coin had gone down so much. And this is a very good opportunity. So sometimes people over-confuse themselves. It is true. This is a stochastic RSI. It indicates a rise in the market. And it is indicating that this coin is in the overbought area. But when I look at the chart, I am getting a clear view that I have higher chances of winning this trade than the trade going against me. Are we connecting? I don't want to cause confusion, but are we connecting? Ladies and gentlemen, actually, let me relate this to my medical field. For example, let me relate this. When you visit a doctor in a clinic, I don't want cram work. I want people to understand. And you tell the doctor, the first thing the doctor will ask you, he will not tell you, let's go to the laboratory and check where your challenge is. He will first listen to you. Give me a yes if I'm right. How do you feel? Do you feel some headache? How do you feel? Do you have some pain? You will not say, let's go to the laboratory. And the reason is simple. By the time you finish your explanation on how you feel, he has a clear picture of what your problem will be. By going to the laboratory, he just wants to confirm what he thinks your problem is. I don't know if are you getting me, guys? So when you are also doing your chart analysis, before you introduce indicators, you must be able to see a bigger picture with your chart before you introduce indicators. For example, when the patient gets to the laboratory, the results might come out and the doctor says, I don't trust these lab results. According to how the patient feels. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You can even go to the lab and get different results, and the doctor says, according to how you feel, we better do this. So also, before you introduce these indicators, you should be able to see that, okay, it is true that the stochastic RSI is in the oversold area. But the general picture of this coin is that the coin has been down for a very long period of time. There will be a good opportunity. Or go to a lower time frame. Let me say 15 minutes. Go to a lower time frame. Let me say 30 minutes. Go to a lower time frame, maybe 1 hour, to give you a bigger impression. Are we adding up? Because I've seen many people call me confused. You are giving me the stochastic is in the oversold area. This is not a good coin. But have you looked and had a bigger picture of the trade? Are we connecting? Now, guys, tomorrow, I've not yet finished, but tomorrow we are going to be looking at what we call divergences on the stochastic RSI. Because when you learn the divergences on the stochastic RSI, you'll always make very nice decisions when it comes to your technical analysis classes. So you see, although this thing is in the oversold area, it is very easy for me to plan an entry here and an exit there. I don't know if people have understood my analogy. But before you introduce your different indicators in the chart, go in your chart and draw lines. That's the most important thing I want to talk about. Because even if I don't have the stochastic RSI, I can use price action or how coins are behaving currently to give me a bigger impression of what I should expect. Give me a 1 if my message is home. Give me a 1 if my message is home. So don't get confused with indicators. You must be able to have a personal interpretation before you bring indicators. Now, like in the previous class, you looked at types of indicators and you talked about momentum indicators. You also talked about, let me see, who remembers? In the previous class, you talked about momentum indicators. What else did you talk about? Just to see if you people remember. Let me see if you people try to remember. You talked about momentum indicators. Trend indicators. The last one, trend indicators, volatility indicators. Okay. So, but although those classes are there, a Fibonacci is not an indicator. It is just, it's not a category of indicators. It is just an indicator. But now, there are indicators that give you real-time data. For example, the stochastic RSI, it's a real-time indicator. It gives you what is happening right now in the market. But when you move away from the stochastic RSI, and maybe you come here on your indicators and you introduce, for example, the MACD, which you also looked at, the moving average convergence divergence indicator. Now, basically, this is a lagging indicator. But if used well, it can give you a very good insight. Now, the insight I want to talk about is when these two moving averages separate, okay? Whenever they move far away from each other, I don't know if that English works. You see these lines, when they separate, when they move away from each other, it gives you an impression that there is increased volume in the market. And in that class, if you remember very well, you also looked at these bars, and these bars indicate volume in the market. Whenever the bars are dark green, there is increased purchasing pressure or buying pressure. When the bars go light, there is decreased buying pressure, and there is but whenever these bars separate from one another, it gives you another degree of confidence about your trade. Does that make sense? I don't know. But if it does, well and good. So the first thing you need to do at any trade, please make sure go practice and draw lines of support and resistance. Okay, if you can be able to draw lines of support and resistance, your confidence will go high. Your decisions will be better. Then the other thing that is very important, because on Monday, tomorrow, I'm introducing now new stuff. I'm just finalizing. I want to end with this, okay? Let me end with this. Let me end with this. Let me end with this. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce to you a certain type of candles, and this certain type of candles is called the Heikin Ashi candles. Okay, Heikin Ashi candles, or Heikin Ashi candles, no matter what it is. But when you open on your candlestick chart patterns here, you'll find a type of candles called the Heikin Ashi candles. Okay, they are normal candles, but we have these Heikin Ashi candles, very, very good when it comes to analyzing and helping you determine the trend of the market. Sometimes as you are trading, you might be scared because these indicators here, these ones, these candles here, the normal candles, they give you what is happening in the market right now. But when we move away from the normal candles and we come and use the Heikin Ashi candles, these ones, the Heikin Ashi candles, these ones do not provide you what is happening in the market currently. Let me show you by example. Look here, guys, because I don't want to get you confused. Look here. Can you all see the price? Always on the chart, there is a dotted line. You see this dotted line? It's saying 0.01520. That is the price. But when you change, I want you to note, when you change and get this to a current price of the normal candles, you see the difference? This one is giving 0.01523, meaning the Heikin Ashi candles do not provide the current price of the chart. But what do Heikin Ashi candles help us do? Number one, they help us maintain the trend. They interpret the trend in the market. They use an average performance of the chart. How many of you have noticed that the prices are different? How many of you have noticed that the prices are different? Give me a yes in the chat. So, how many of you have noticed? The prices will always be different. Heikin Ashi candles will never provide you current price. I don't know if what I'm saying people are able to understand me, but I pray you do, because this is my last step for today. Then tomorrow, I will be introducing another class. Let me show you these candles. They are called, I don't know if my English is Englishing, but no matter the pronunciation, I have done my part. No matter the pronunciation, I have done my part. Okay, so let me explain. Heikin Ashi candles, ladies and gentlemen, are a type of candlestick chart patterns used in technical analysis to smooth price action and help traders to identify trends more easily. Yeah? These Heikin Ashi candles are going to help you. Who is switching on the microphone? Who is switching on the microphone? Why are you switching on your microphone? Is it by mistake? Why? Why are you switching on your microphone, my brother? My brother from Malawi. My brother from Malawi. So now, Mose, have you got a challenge? What are you writing in the chat? You are quarreling with someone who is switching on microphone. Then someone, Mose, don't worry. After the call, you will call me. We come here. You spend the whole day writing, my brother. Don't worry. You know, when someone writes once, it is a mistake, but when he keeps doing it, then it's no longer a mistake. Now, let me explain Heikin Ashi candles. These Heikin Ashi candles, they come from Japan. What do they provide? They provide the average bar, the average price of the candle. Okay. Now, unlike traditional candles, which have an open, which have a high, which have a low, and a close. This is it here. The open price, if you can see above here, it is always there. The opening price, the highest price, the lowest price, and the closing price. Okay? The Heikin Ashi candles use a formula that incorporates data from the previous bar. This smoothing effect helps to filter out market noise and makes the trend very clear. For it helps you know that this is a downtrend, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, this is an uptrend, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, and I'm going to explain to you. For it looks at the previous candle open and the previous candle close and gives an average price. So for it to get the open, it will look at the previous candle open plus the previous candle close, divide by 2, and it will give you an opening price. When it will be giving you the closing price, it will look at the open plus the high plus the low plus the close, but I don't want to go into all that because you may not need it. But now look here. Heikin Ashi candles, number one, they provide average prices. And the trend looks more clear, reducing false signals. Are we following? It reduces false signals. Number two, smaller wicks in a trend. Strong bullish trends often have a longer green candle with little or no wick at all. Bearish trends have a longer, let me show you guys. Look here, guys. You know, sometimes you might be trading a coin and you are scared whether this thing will work with me or not. Now, Heikin Ashi candles, when the market is bullish, let's take an example. Okay, let me first explain so that you understand me very well. Heikin Ashi candles, the green candles will be flat at the bottom with the wick at the top. The red candles will be flat at the top with the wick at the bottom. Okay? I want you to first understand me. So, these weeks will not be very long. So sometimes it could be a full Heikin Ashi candle with no wick, either green or red respectively. So you find that a strong bullish candle will be flat at the bottom with a wick at the top or no wick. And the bearish candle will be flat at the top. Flat at the top with a long wick or with no wick. Now, these candles, whenever they produce a candle that has a wick on both sides, whenever they produce a candle or with a wick on both sides, you find a green candle that has a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. This indicates reversal. Listen to me very well. When they are forming green candles, they will form green candles. Bottom, flat, wick at the top. Bottom, flat. This indicates the continuity of the trend. But when they form another candle that has a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom, this indicates a reversal of the trend. Are we clear? You see now, guys, are we clear? Are we clear? Man, I need to end. Are we clear? Hello? Am I alone on the call? Am I alone on the call? So, am I clear? So, these Heikin Ashi candles, for example, you see, look here, guys, simple. You see here, they are forming green candles flat at the bottom with a wick at the top, flat at the bottom with a wick at the top, flat at the bottom with then they form one that has green, then the market comes down. You see, flat at the bottom, wick at the top, flat at the bottom, wick, flat at the top, wick at the bottom. Then they form this, the market. So it determines, it gives you understand the trend of the market. For example, this coin is called people. If I was scared that I want to get out of this coin, I'm worried that the market's going to go against me. Then I see flat at the bottom, wick at the top, flat at the bottom, wick at the top, flat at the bottom. I am sure that this coin has higher chances of continuing with the trend. But immediately, I was analyzing the market. I see flat at the top, wick at the bottom, flat at the top, red candles, red candles. Then I see a red candle that has a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. This indicates trend. Then I see this indicates trend. Does that now make sense? Then I see this indicates, are you trying to get the picture? Are you trying to understand? Now, they do not provide current price signals, but if I was analyzing this coin, ladies and gentlemen, when I was analyzing this coin with a normal candle, and I'm scared, the trend is not clear. I am seeing green candles mixed with red candles, parata. I'm getting confused, but I want to make money on this coin. Because when I looked at it in 4 hours, it was giving a very good impression. There was a significant downtrend, and I want to trade this coin. I want to take my profit, but I'm scared. I will switch to the Heikin Ashi candles, and they'll tell me, my friend, my friend, you see, how many of you see? I want you to see, guys. I don't know how many of you see that for a long time, this candle have been forming candles with the wick at the top and the wick at the bottom, indicating a reversal in the market. Now, look here. They form a Heikin Ashi candle that is flat at the bottom with the wick at the top. What will come into my mind? Answers in the chat. What will come into my mind? Answers in the chat. What will come into my mind now? Now, how do we use Heikin Ashi candles? They give trend identification. Okay, so continuous green candles, which are flat at the bottom with the wick at the top, will indicate a strong uptrend. Let me show you guys. They will indicate a stronger uptrend. Okay, look here, guys. They will give you, if you see continuous green candles that are flat at the bottom with the wick at the top, they indicate a continuous uptrend. Number two, Heikin Ashi candles filter market noise. Unlike traditional candles, Heikin Ashi candles reduce price fluctuation, making it easier to see a dominant trend. Like you see when you are in these candles, my friend. Let's get back here. When I'm here, don't you see at times I might be confused. Who is dominating who? Who is in charge of who? But when I press here, I see, hey, the red have been dominating. But it seems like maybe I got, no matter your time frame. Now you see when I go to 30 minutes, question guys, who is dominating? Is it the buyers? Is it the sellers? I've gone to 30 minutes. Let me go to 15 minutes. Who's dominating? Are they buyers or sellers? I think I discussed time frame. I will also discuss time frame, I think, tomorrow, so that people are able to, you see? So it gives me an impression to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that who is in charge. So they help you identify the trend. They filter noise in the market. Number three, they spotting reversals. When you see doji-like Heikin Ashi candles that have a small body and longer wicks, for example, look here, guys. Let's go to 4 hours. Let's go back to 4 hours. My best time frame. Look here, guys. I'm telling you something. Number one, trend. You see, red continuous candles that are flat at the top with a wick at the bottom, they indicate a dominant downtrend. Number three, spotting reversals. If you see doji-like high, I remember you discussed dojis. How many of you remember discussing dojis? You see, this class is a little bit well organized. How many of you remember discussing dojis? I want to share my screen again. I wanna be grateful because Royal Q is a life-changing opportunity. You know, this machine here is a very unique one. Yeah, it's a very unique one. Very, very good. Eh? Now, Makumbi, why are you glowing in my chat? Makumbi. So when you see a doji could be this, a doji could be this. Which type of doji is this? Let me test. Watch more pure students. Which type of doji is this, number one? And which type of doji is this, number two? Watch more pure. I know he's not feeling well, but I don't know if he's in the chat. Which type of doji is that? A dragonfly, number one, okay? A dragonfly doji, yes, okay. And a gravestone, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, okay. So, basically, when you see Heikin Ashi doji-like candles that have a small body with long wicks, it signals possible market trend. Now, look here, guys. I'm speaking to long-term traders. Can you see opportunity? If you could draw, I don't like this. If you could draw, this could be your support. And if you are very long term, this could be your resistance. This could be your resistance. Or you can look through, there are other areas of support and resistance forming all through the areas like here. I told you I love using body candles. I think tomorrow, I don't know, I need to talk about like here. There are many areas I could draw. I'm just gonna work also on the settings. There are so many areas you could draw, but it's up to you. There is trend reversal. I need to work on certain setting, guys, so that what I ask is what I get, because now what I'm asking is not what I get. but not now because of time. But there is a very good opportunity. So it gives a reversal. You are able to spot. So spotting reversals, you see, there are continuous dodges forming in this place, like it happened in this area here. So there are continuous dodges indicating reversal. So since they use average prices, the actual closing price of an asset is not shown on the candle, which may delay entries and exits. So when you are trading, do not use the Heikin Ashi candles because they will never give you current price, but they can help you make a decision in the market. Am I clear? So it is not ideal for scalpers, for people who want to get into the market very fast and get out, because highly volatile market will require real price action. But Heikin Ashi candles is a very powerful tool for trend followers. You want to see the trend, help you stay in a trend for a longer time while filtering out the noise. You were scared. You were in a coin. You were scared. They will help you stay in the coin. However, it's best used alongside other indicators like moving averages, which we are going to talk about, RSI to help you confirm a decision. Are we together? I think that's enough for today. If you have been able to learn something from our today's class, ladies and gentlemen, drop me one in the chat. If you have been able to learn something, okay, thank you so much for being with us this fantastic morning, ladies and gentlemen. We love you so much, and we wish you all the best. See you very soon in your respective areas. Thank you for attending today's class. I have nothing much to add. And I'm still requesting Coach Ashraf. Please, sir, people are requesting for the whole video. Sir, I'm coming to your chat. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish
Thanks
you all
for
the best.
presentation, leader.
The learning is in the doing. Okay? Love you all, guys. Have a good day. So I'll play you my music, okay? I'll end with my music here.
Actually, I'm
Soon it will be
missing
more
it.
clear,
I wanna be
but
a
I'll end
video
with the
guy.
music here. Who's switching on the microphone? Who is switching on the microphone?
In a world where choices lay heavy and bold, the path to your future, it's yours to mold. Royal Q's the key, don't let it slip away. Every training a treasure, seize the day. Have the right not to hesitate. Take Royal Q serious, don't miss the call. Such a learn to rise above all. And if you're learning, take a step. You can head, you're in the game. Daily trainings will light up your brain. YouTube's the backup when you feel the strain. Knowledge is power. Don't sleep. Take Royal Q. Don't miss the call. Set to learn. Rise above all. And as you're learning, you expand. Take a stand.
Pin.
Next, for while you how you thanks. Rolling. You never to them touch users who have made over 160 in dollars in profits as the crypto ambassadors. We celebrate Leader Dixon from a band of 300 and oats made from royal Q. Software exists in over 200 countries. Trustworthy. No access to your funds. You are in charge. Robot serves 24/7. It never sleeps. Operates at extremely high speed and makes no emotional errors. Novices assured with our starter. Small win. Big strategy that gives no stop results. And our signal team to help you maximize with 3%, 308 strategy. The affordable and resilient. Oriented. God on our side, royal power. Think to start now.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Good day. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
It's beating and pass inside. Ambassadors rise. Together we thrive. Trade and simplify. Feel so alive. Every day at dawn, we seize the hour. Knowledge and strength. We bloom like a flower. The movement rise up. Sowing the seed. For more